Okay guys, on the story of our champion, we have the winner of the ladies deadlift. She holds the national record. The national record in the deadlift ladies has been broken at 225 kgs. Just from doing the squat, the deadlift national record, which stands at 370 kgs. So Alvin Lee has taken the attempt, but he has not been successful. The story of our champion, we have the winner of the under 90 kgs deadlift. So he's going to tell us his name, how the lift was, how many lifts he's taken, and what he has, the plans that he has for next week, Uzani powerlifting.
This is advanced fitness center, basically that kids are doing a warm-up. The under 90 kgs class is doing a warm-up so that the session can start begin. Straight away the fans have already arrived and you can see the loaders over there loading the weight. It's going to be a good game today, and let us hear some insight from one of our biggest athletes over there. Alvin Lee is going to tell us something in relation to the sport. We're expecting wonders today.
It was amazing. It went fast. I wanted that speed to confirm 380, so 380 is there.
380 is there?
Yes.
What about 400?
I'm not sure. Let's see how 380 goes.
Good. All the best. Thank you.
So the loaders are leading the weight on the first day. There is Brian Omondi, first time in this sport, 6 feet 2 inches tall, attempting 200 kgs on the bar. And the body weight is 80.6 kgs. Basically, he has a good structure for deadlift. And the only thing that I'm left to see is to check on his form and regard if he's going to follow the judges' rules. The full lockout has been achieved and the lift is good. So we basically move to the next athlete. The loaders are loading the weights, and I guess this is going to be fun today. The next guy on the stage is Simon Joroge from AV Fraternity. This is the fourth competition this guy is competing. And Simon Joroge is taking 210 kgs. The guy is simply 74.95 kgs. A very good lift above the knee. Lockout has been achieved. And we therefore move to the next athlete. Remember that guy has done 4 competitions, and this is weekly for Diambo. The 5th competition. One of the finalists in Kasarani Strongest Man competition, who is attempting 230 kgs. The body weight stands at 85.45 kgs. And the guy is 6 feet 60 tall. Quite a good lift for the first lift. And this tells you that all the athletes basically try to put the weight that is a bit simple for you to make sure that your first lift is okay. The next guy on the stage from AV is Okwemba. 240 kgs, an easy lift for the 87 kgs big man who has done 4 competitions in a row. The last competition was Mr. Kamkuji's Strongest Man, where he competed in the novice category. Adjacent there, the audience, and here comes Alan Jumba, still from AV Fraternity. Alan is 88.10 kgs, attempting 240 kgs. Quite comfortable on the stands of the bar. And the full lockout has been achieved. Adjacent there is Nelson Mandevu, his coach, and the guy that coaches the AV Fraternity. That simply tells you the importance of teamwork in regards to this physical strength sport. Yes, Ismail Nakala, the only guy who then lifts without wearing a belt, whether he's pulling 300 kgs or 200 kgs. So Ismail Nakala is going for 240 kgs as the first weight, and the guy is 82.5 kgs. Very good in bracing, and that is an easy lift. For the guy is 6 feet 6'1", having competed in powerlifting, CrossFit, and strongman. The next guy is a fitness coach, Moses Gabriel, the coach to Mafleva, the strongest, oldest woman in Kenya. And Moses is 73 kgs body weight, taking 240 kgs. Such a good lift from Moses Wanyama Gabriel as we go to the next athlete in the under 90 kg category. Quite a commensable event, and we can see there Jeff. Jeff has competed severally. He was number 3 during the Kasarani Strongest Man competition 2023 in February. He competed in the Mr. Kamkuji Strongest Man, relatively tall. Jeff is attempting 250 kgs as his first weight, and the guy stands at 89.25 kgs. So basically, as I told you, this is a weight class whereby all people are below 90 kgs. Tying his straps in order to assist in the grip. The guy has got long limbs. Basically, he has got one good scientific body that is going to be very good in the deadlifts. On the blow of a whistle, he picks up the weight above the knees. Quite a mistake there, but I'm sure that is going to be a comfortable lift considering the fast weight. So basically the coach is just trying to make some few simple mistakes and not done. And on the grip of the bar, he picks up the weight in a comfortable position, and a full lockout is achieved for the 250 kgs lift for Jet. Still the guy is from every fraternity. So this gym has produced more than 10 athletes in this particular event. The next guy is Thomas, also from AV Gym in Kasarani, receiving some blessings from the coach. The guy has done 4 competitions so far. Has a good guy who is 83.35 kgs. Such a good lift for the guy who's using the figure 8 straps as we move on to the next big boy. So this is basically a very good event for Bradley. Bradley has done 4 events. This is the 5th event that Bradley is going to attempt. The guy is at 3.4 kgs and is doing 250 kgs. Quite a soft lift for the first lift. So you'll observe that all the lifts, all the guys are doing a comfortable, smooth lift for their fast calls. Next is Vincent, who picks up the weight. Vincent Msomi, 87 kgs body weight. One of the guys with the strongest straps in this competition. Competed in Mr. Kamukunji's strongest man novice category and was number 8. What a smooth lift for the guy who has done 250 kgs at the first call. Still the guy is from Edith Gym. This tells you the importance of you guys coming as a team from the same gym. The event is good and the loaders are loading more weights, so that basically tells you that big things are coming. Adjacent there is Juha Maloba me, who is making noise over here. 290 kgs on the bar. I have done 12 competitions so far. My first call is 290 kgs. Adjacent there is my coach, Joshua Muna, and my training partner, and Seth Keter, one of the best deadlifters and powerlifters in the country. So that is basically a lightweight for me. My body weight stands at 78.7 kgs body weight, and I take pride to be one of the strongest pound for pound lifters in Kenya. Easy weight, and that is going to fly like a machine. We basically move on to the next person, who is going to be Seth Keter. Seth Keter is going to put 310 kgs on the bar, so the loaders are going to have some time to load the weight. And the first call is 310 kgs. The weight surpasses all the lifts that the guys have taken. So basically, the good thing about strongman is that you can tell this guy is going to be among top 2, or basically the first, considering this category. What an easy lift for this guy who has done 320 kgs before. 310 kgs, good for Seth Keter, one of the best powerlifters in the country. So we are all done with our first calls, and this is the time that you have to go for our second calls. And Simon is back, Simon Joroge, 74.95 kgs, coming to do 225 kgs. This weight, the same weight that the ladies open class are going to break the current record for the ladies in deadlift, which stands at 220 kgs. 4 times in the competition, doing his 5th competition. And that is a very good lift for the guy, but does a little bit of some mistakes in terms of strapping. Straps are basically assist you during your grip to avoid the weight from clipping over as you take the lift. You can see the guy is also putting on a belt, which basically assists during pressing. So he's simply receiving some sight from the teammate, sniffing some ammonia to assist on the focus and the oxygen supply. Such a good attempt from the guy, but I think we'll have to go to Brian again Brian is going to attempt 230 kgs. The guy is a first timer, 80.6 kgs body weight. Having fun to be this competition. 6 foot, 2 inches tall. And I can tell you from the fact that this guy is going to be a beast if he works on some few simple mistakes, corrects on the technique, because his body is basically made from deadlift. Receiving some slaps on the back from his coach, one of the biggest guys that we have around. Quite a good lift for the guy. Despite the form being a bit off, but the guy has got a good technique. The guy simply needs to work on his lower back and the upper back strength. So that one has already completed the second call, and we move on to the next guy. The Deadlift fraternity are in this event create a surprise. Alan Jumba is there looking a bit tense up. 88.10 kgs body weight, taking on 260 kgs at the next lift. This is quite an event that is full of young guys. That is Wycliffe Odhiambo, taking the same weight of 260 kgs. And I can tell you that today is going to be fun. Deadlift fraternity. So this guy is doing his 5th competition. I can tell you from the look of the face, the guy looks composed, taking a mixed grip in order to increase the grip on the bar. Whichever way you hold the bar, as long as the weight flies up and the lockout is achieved, that is up to you. Above the knee, and quite a good lift for Wycliffe. So the guy has already done his second lift, receiving some congrats from Wanyonyi. Wanyonyi works as a research assistant at Riara University and the coach to the team. The guy in the blue shirt with long beards, with no hair, the bandhead guy. One of the heaviest lifters in the country. Okwemba taking the same 260 kgs on the bar. Lifting ammonia again to increase the focus and oxygen supply. Narrow stance. And the lift is good. Not really sure if the knockout was achieved, but I think the lift was successful for the team. Ishmael Ataro again doing his thing as we go to complete the competition. This was nice. This is the story of a champion. Just in there are the fans, athletes. Keep fun for more to come. Wait.